Hi, welcome to the Pioneer Museum. Come on in, we're going to take a tour of the museum and see a lot of different things I think you'll find very interesting. My name is Lenny, this is Jim.
Hey everyone.
And I think what we're going to do is take a look at the research library first.
Yeah,
How's that sound, Jim?
Let's head on in.
Yeah, what do we have in the research library that is of interest? Because a lot of people come in here and spend a lot of time in here.
Oh yeah, well first you can see these large books here. These are the Fairmont Sentinels. They go back to like the 1870s. A lot of good information from the town's history.
Okay, what about up here?
These are our research binders. These were articles, different documents that were collected together that people sort of put together for efficiency. So if you're looking up, for example, let's say 1914, you want to know what happened in Fairmont, this would be a great start.
Okay, what other major things are in this room that are very good for research?
Well,
some of the big items.
Yeah, a lot of people over on this wall over here, we've got our city directories, phone books, plat maps, a lot of different things. Like if you want to know where somebody lived, where a business was.
I like pictures. I like pictures. Are there pictures?
Yeah, if you take a look right back here, we've got our photo file, and this has just a ton of great pictures going back in the county's history. Here you can see there's a nice family on a Sunday stroll, decide, hey, let's take a quick family picture. Yeah, those are just a lot of fun. A lot of people like to see their family, like to see different things.
What about the history of Martin County?
Well, we can cover that too. If you take a look at these cabinets, Lenny, why don't you open one of those right over there?
Oh, it's his history file.
Yeah.
All right.
So these are different documents that are going back. The one you just pulled out here, this is the first Fairmont Highway post office trip. So you can see there, this was from a Miss Marguerite Ringheisen, 1955, first highway trip there. So yeah, lots of little documents and different things that represent the history of our county.
Well, we've covered a few things in here, but there's a lot more to see.
Yeah.
So let's move on to another room.
Absolutely. All right, welcome back everybody. We are here in the main lobby of the museum. Say, Lenny, what can you tell us about all this great stuff?
Well, there's a lot of things in the lobby that are of interest to people. Starting right here, this is a display that we rotate. This one happens to be Martin County School Sports. We can see a girls tennis team from 1977, 1957 baseball team, a lot of different things, not only from Fairmont, but all the communities in Martin County. Moving back this way, you can see that we have a music display. Now, back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, there were a lot of garage bands, and many of these are represented in that, from that era. Also, we have a pool table and a pinball machine from the youth center, the Fairmont Youth Center. And Jim, what do you have over there?
Oh, this is Don Dalkey's uniform from the Fairmont Martins. You know, Lenny, I played baseball too. Where's my uniform?
Probably in your locker somewhere, wherever that happens to be. Yeah, the Martins were a great semi-pro baseball team. Moving along over this way, there's a neon sign, KSUM. That was a radio station that still is in Fairmont, and this is the original sign. KSUM went on the air, I believe it was December 31st, 1948. Over here is another sign, a feed bag. The Feed Bag was a drive-in restaurant that was located on Albion Avenue in Fairmont. Very popular restaurant. And the last thing I'd like to mention about this room is Sir Paul McCartney. His wife had a line of vegetarian foods at Fairmont Foods. And Paul McCartney and his late wife were in Fairmont in December of 1994. Very interesting. Now that's just a few of the things that's in this room. There's a lot more to see, so be sure to stop, and we're going to move on to another room. Hey, we're in the Pioneer Room in the Martin County Historical Society Pioneer Museum.
Absolutely.
Why is it called the Pioneer Room, Jim? What can you tell us about it?
Well, Pioneer refers to the European settlers that came over in the mid-1800s, people from places like Britain, Germany, Scandinavia, and this room represents a lot of the things that they either brought with them or that they crafted here to make their home. You see things like furniture, spinning wheels to make clothing, couches, old pictures. Back in this part of the room, you can see some very big wardrobes, bed frames. You can see some old cradles, baby buggies, just a lot of different things here representing the way that they made their homes, you know, in the 1850s, 1860s, etc. So, what do you have on that side of the room, Lenny?
Well, as we come into this part of the Pioneer Room, we have a beautiful dining set. There's a Hoosier. There's the answer to a cell phone in 1900. It's a telephone on the wall. Very interesting and unique piece. And of course, we go back a little bit further, there's a complete kitchen. Everything from a stove to a refrigerator called an icebox at that time, even a dishwasher. I mean, there's just so many things in here. Carpet sweepers, toaster. So many things in here that are just so unique and interesting, and you just have to come in and take a look and give yourself plenty of time because there's just a lot to see. So now we'll move on to the next room. Hey, welcome to the military room in the Pioneer Museum. Before we get started with this room, you might hear some creaking. And this building was built in 1917. It was the St. Paul's Convent School. So these floors are old. Anybody walking on them, they're going to get some creaking and bouncing. Also, I'd like to mention, we try to refresh and rotate displays. So this room is really in the process of being refreshed. We don't have it totally completed. It's been painted. The displays have been moved around and changed. New things have been added. Other things have been put in storage. To begin with, Jim, I'll just start with this.
Yeah.
This is representative of the Civil War. There are weapons. There's ammunition. There are swords. Just a lot of different things that represent Civil War and other wars as well. And Jim, what do we have back here? What can you say about what's located over here?
Oh, we've got a really great collection of uniforms. This one here is a pretty good, complete World War I uniform. We have different things from World War I: gas mask, leggings, hobnail boots so you don't get trench foot. These go to World War II, Korea, Vietnam. Some of them were dress uniforms, some of them were more for in the field. Of course, you've got helmets, hats, just a ton of different things. We do have like combat flight helmets from different pilots, Navy hats, just a lot of fun uniforms from different time periods. And those go all the way up to modern times. Here we've got the uniforms of the Scivio brothers in very good condition. So, Lenny, what else do we got in this room?
Well, if you look over this way, we've got all sorts of different things. This display is really in the process of being put together, so it's not complete. Back here we have weapons, we have a rifle collection, we have uniforms, just so many different things. If you pan up or look up toward the ceiling, we've got airplanes representative of primarily World War II era, but we have something from World War I as well. Just a very interesting room. You've got to come and see it. There are just more than we can just talk about in a few minutes.